Burley is a small town in the English county of Essex, and it has always been known for ghost stories and free spirits told by grandmothers and passed down from generation to generation. Borley Rectory is a Victorian house that earned a terrifying reputation of being England's most haunted after British psychologist Harry Price labelled it as such. The house was built in 1862 to house the Archbishop and his family, but it was seriously damaged in a fire in 1939, which led to its collapse in 1944. The Gothic-style mansion in Burley's village has been thought to be haunted since its erection. Following a visit by British paranormal researcher Harry Price, who had authored 2 books corroborating suspicions of strange behavior in the residence. And according to the legend surrounding this house, there was once a priest who lived in this village, and one day this priest had a love affair with a nun who worked in one of the nearby abbeys, and because such relationships were completely illegal, the priest and the nun tried to escape for fear of being brutally attacked after word of their relationship spread. The couple took refuge at a friend's home, and a horse-drawn carriage was arranged to transport them both outside of the village, where they would be hard to find. Unfortunately, the plan did not go as expected. The priest and the nun took a carriage escorted by 2 of their friends, but the villagers closed the road, and they were trapped. They were all captured and taken to jail for questioning. After that, the priest was hanged, while the 2 friends who attempted to rescue them were killed, and the woman suffered the ultimate punishment of all, being buried alive in one of the abbey walls. Since that incident, things begin to get worse. The villagers have been observing and witnessing strange things, including the appearance of a horse-drawn carriage being pulled by 2 headless people. Others observed the ghost of a nun rushing quickly and furiously through the trees before vanishing. Following these events, one of the parishioners came and built a house in what the people in the village presumed to be the worst place in the village, and many residents warned the pastor, whose name was Henry Paul, but he insisted on his opinion and decision, refusing to believe their words, claiming that everything said was just inherited legends. The priest Henry Paul lived in the house with his wife and 14 sons, and it was only a few days before strange incidents began to occur. The family members heard the footsteps of people walking inside the house, but they searched and found no one, and the servants' bells rang in the middle of the night without them someone is ringing it. And the 2 daughters of priest Henry claimed that they have seen the ghost of a nun standing in the garden of the house, and when they go to talk to her, she suddenly disappeared as she came out of nowhere. And no need to mention the sounds of conversation and whispers coming from nowhere. By 1892, the shepherd Henry Paul had died, and his son Harry had taken the same job as his father and had moved into the house with his wife, where weird things like paranormal events and seeing ghosts persisted until Harry died in 1927. Later, then priest Guy Eric Smith and his wife moved into the house. Shortly after moving, Smith's wife, while cleaning a closet, she found a brown paper bundle carrying the skull of a young woman. Soon after, the family reported a variety of incidents, including the sound of servant bells even though they were unplugged, lights appearing through the windows, and footsteps. In addition, Smith's wife believed that she had seen a horse-drawn carriage at night. Smith contacted the Daily Mirror to connect him with the Society for Psychological Research (SPR). The newspaper assigned a researcher on June 10, 1929, who wrote a detailed series of articles about the Borley House secrets. In addition, the newspaper arranged a meeting for paranormal researcher Harry Price, who was making his first home visit. Price arrived on June 12, and various new incidents appeared almost immediately, including throwing stones and pot, taking spiritual messages from a mirror frame, and other things. The activities stalled as soon as Price left the house. Smith's wife later said that she suspected Price of faking the events because he was a specialist in the paranormal. The Smith family left the Borley house on July 14, 1929, and the church struggled to find a replacement. The following year, on October 16, 1930, priest Lionel Foster moved to Borley's house with his wife, Mary Ann, and their adopted daughter, Adelaide. Lionel Foster wrote in his diary about the weird incidents that occurred from the time he and his family moved to their visit with Harry Price in October 1935. Ringing doorbells, breaking windows, throwing stones and bottles, and locking their daughter in a room without a key. Mary Ann Foister also told her husband about several unusual events, including being thrown out of her bed. Adelaide was once attacked by something strange. Foster attempted an exorcism twice, but both times were unsuccessful. He was in the middle of his first exorcism effort when he felt a fist-sized rock crash into his shoulder. Captain W.H. Gregson, the new owner of the house, dropped an oil lamp while unpacking his boxes on February 27, 1939, causing a major fire. The fire immediately spread, and the house was seriously damaged. The insurance company found that the fire was intentionally caused after investigating the reason. In August 1943, Price conducted a deep search in the basements of the destroyed house and discovered 2 bones believed to belong to a young woman. The bones were ritually buried in Liston Graveyard after the Diocese of Burley refused to allow the burial to be celebrated due to the local opinion that the bones found were those of a dead pig. Borley Rectory is still well known in that town. Lots of stories have been told about the scary things that happened in this house. What do you think? Is it haunted? Would you spend a night there? If you like our story, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with the most mysterious stories around the world.